I don't know where to go. Right. Afternoon, all.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for your time. I know you're all busy, but yeah, some things to run through here. Got a couple operational plans in the go. Some objectives which involve your departments and you guys specifically. But yeah, I'll give you a quick rundown after some introductions. So we've got Shane Allen.
Hello.
Yes, he's our occupational health and safety representative, and he dabbles in a bit of IT work as well. We've got Craig with the hat on there. He's our warehouse supervisor.
Hello.
And young Nick, who's just starting out in procurement, so one of our purchasing officers.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, you guys can all see the PowerPoint presentation there?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. I've spoken to you about each plan and the two objectives relating to each plan. I'll just quickly run over those. So obviously the main one, or the first one I should say, is cycle counts. So yeah, we just want to be able to reduce some losses and increase our inventory accuracy by 10% over the next 3 months. And the second objective is decrease the risk of stockouts and overstocking. Also, by implementing cycle counts, we want to do that by 10% in 3 months. So yeah, both 3 months, both cycle count related. But yeah, I've spoken to you guys, and what I need from you out of that, some KPIs that we want to go through when we get up to the monitoring and tracking of the progress of said plans. Obviously, the inventory accuracy rate. That's going to be the main one, and obviously the results from our cycle count. I think we'll discuss some resources. So we've spoken pretty in depth about the implementation methods and some strategies. So physical resources will kick off. For cycle stock taking, what equipment do we think we need? Things like barcode. I just wanted to get an idea from you guys, just so we've all got some involvement and we can get buy-in from the rest of the team.
We'll need to purchase RF scanners and set our warehouses up with barcoding.
Yeah, we'll need to research for some upgraded software and inventory management systems as well.
Yeah, good calls. We'll need to do a review on the layout of the main warehouse as well, just to make sure all the bin locations are up to date.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially with all these new parts we've brought in with recent projects.
Yep, good call. All right. Good start. First hurdle done, guys. We'll move on to some human resources relating to the first operational plan. So, do we need external help to implement cycle counting? Yeah, what do you guys think?
We can utilize a cleaver to assist with the barcoding, I think, and setting up the RF scanning.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, they've been helpful with us in the past. Good call, Nick. I'd like it if we can get Maddie on board to assist me with some of the reports, and I'd like to get Matt up to speed as well.
Yeah, we'll have to get someone to man the phones while this is going on.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, we thought of who will fill the gaps. We'll probably call on Anthony to cover those, and I'll make sure I create calendars for everyone, just so we're not putting the punt on anyone who doesn't need it and doesn't do too many interruptions to our day-to-days.
So you can only pick it up tomorrow morning, maybe.
Some financial resources to cover. So just the estimated costs of the assets needed to carry out said plan. I can hear Maddie on a parts call right now.
Yeah.
So things like upgrading our system. Probably leaning more towards you on this one, Shane, because I'm not too familiar with a lot of software upgrades.
Yeah, upgrading the system, it could be anywhere between 5,000 to 50,000. I would need to discuss further with Mark at a Cleaver to have a better understanding.
Yeah, okay. That's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does that estimate include the barcoding and the scanners?
No, this would be additional to the software upgrade. Scanners can be anywhere between 500 and up to about 2,000.
Noted. Okay. Yep, that'll give me a good gauge to work with anyway, just while I'm working out the preliminary budget to take to management. Thanks for your input, guys, on the first operational plan. I'll move to slides. So yeah, we've discussed some resources around the operational plan. Sorry, I didn't have it up there for you to read while we're going through it. We'll move on. So operational plan number 2. Yeah, main thing with this is really just developing and implementing a training program for our team that's going to decrease workplace injuries and improve our overall customer satisfaction. Customer service skills. So short term, that'll be probably a few months. I'd like to get that ball rolling. So some physical resources that we'd require from that. I'll open the floor up to you guys. But one thing I mentioned in the plan is that we'll probably we'll definitely require some upskilling. Ideally, I'd like for us to probably look at some online short course. Not so much anything long term because obviously time's a factor. But we can have those discussions with the guys. It's something we could probably complete in 2 or 3 groups. If we do couple of guys are covering phones, helping the technicians while the others are sitting in on a class. I don't know, but what do we think?
That'll work. Sounds good.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Cool. And one platform I probably want you to look into, Shano, is SurveyMonkey. So obviously with the customer service side of things, I'd like us to get a better understanding of customer needs and how we're supporting them and their brand. It'll go a long way, I think. So if you want to have a look at that for us. Human resources. For the training program, implementation of the program and customer service skills, so increasing. Obviously, it's gonna be a team effort. But is this something we might need external help for? What do we think?
Could we look into bringing someone out to train parts team members in good customer service?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
who will be responsible for documenting our processes?
I think we'd probably have to work collectively on it. Just make sure everyone's clear on what we're expecting of them. Ultimately, it'd be me finalising the results, but I think it's important that we get input from everyone just to promote consistency and best practice, just so we're all across it. Ray, I will need to lean on you regarding customer response times. I'd like for us to review time taken and lost when responding to customers and texts in the workshop. I'll outline this part of the plan to you in more detail in the coming days.
No dramas. Sounds good.
All right. Moving on, guys. Some financial resources, obviously. Shane, I just mentioned the surveys, looking into that, those sort of platforms, and letting me know any sort of associated costs.
Sure. Is this something that we'll need to receive approval from upper management on?
It's depending on the cost. Like I do have a certain level of approval, which once we reach a certain market in our budget, then I'd sort of have to review. But yeah, it's just something I want to present to upper management in the early stages. And the more insight I bring to the table, it should be a no-brainer for them. But yeah, we all know how that works out.
No-brainer is pretty common in this place.
More common than I'd like to see with young Nick. I think we covered majority of the resources we'll need to cover both of those plans, guys. Is everyone happy with the timelines? I know 6 months is a long way away, but yeah, obviously the shorter term ones, the 3 months, and it's just, yeah, it might seem like a stretch now with everything that we've got going on, but I think the more that we sort of plant the seed with the group, we'll get buy-in from them, and then the many hands make light work, less work, I guess. So yeah, I think we'll talk about it with the guys in more detail in our toolbox meetings, one-on-one meetings. But yeah,
Sure.
for now, is everyone happy with that? Any questions or concerns?
All good.
All
there.
good.
All good. All right. Thanks for your time, guys. I'll yeah, the last slide was just what we just discussed there. So yeah, we'll work together to get this one done.
Groovy,
worries.
like a drive-in
Thanks, Tim.
movie.
Thanks, Timmy.
Thanks. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.